Today, I will introduce you the brand new product Crystallo, the innovative liquid cover sleeping technology. In 15 minutes, I will introduce the new concept, present the Crystallo main feature and the way of working, and I will let you discover the related benefit. And here, at the end, some customer feedback. Let's start with the concept. I would like to start with a question. Why? Why DIAPATH decided to develop such a product? The answer is coming from the observation of the current scenario. Today, co-sleeping can be performed in two ways, with glass or with tape. With glass, you have two options. You can choose a manual protocol or to use an instrument, so automation. Whereas with film, the only option available is automation. In both cases, silent mounting media are used, so safety is to be considered. 12 is our magic number because we find out at least 12 good reasons to find an alternative, such as cover sleep misalignment under the microscope, the presence of air bubbles that sometimes require slide dismounting, then the use of silent mounting media that should be handled with the safety by the operator. And some customer reported us that the presence of debris of cassette on the sample requires sometimes slide dismounting. In this slide, we put together the cost-related reason, such as the time spent for manual single slide mounting, because we know that time is also associated with money. Then if you decided to buy an instrument, you have to allocate a specific budget for it. And the label thickness or the label misplacement can create instrument breakdown. So therefore, the service assistant needs to be called and with the associated cost. The last four reasons are related to the maintenance of the unit because there is work to perform on a daily, on a weekly, on a monthly, on a year basis if you want to keep the instrument in a good shape. And then the majority of the companies are strongly suggested the use of dedicated consumables in order to reduce let's say, the occurrence of problems to the unit. Then the space. If you want to place a new instrument, you need to have space in the lab. And we know that space is not always, let's say, easy to find. And the last but not least, digital pathology requirements are all quality related, such as no air bubbles, no cover glass misalignment, no sticky point on the slides due to the excess of mounting media, together, of course, with a good tissue sectioning. So, based on those observations, we choose to be different. We choose innovation. Why Crystallo is the innovative technology? Because we did not choose to develop a new instrument, so we did not choose complicated mechanical movement as the majority of the supplier, but we choose a liquid technology. What is Crystallo? In other words, Crystallo is a reagent, and we can say that we put an instrument inside a bottle. Here, there is a small video that clearly shows that Crystallo is a liquid, and it's gently poured along the wall of the tank until the first mark is reached. So as you can see, it's a reagent, and it's also a patented reagent. Let's discover now the Crystallo feature. What is Crystallo? Crystallo is a liquid polymer with the addition of smart ingredients. It has a very high affinity for glass. It's ready to use, so no other operation than pour into a tank. And then, really important, it's silent free. It works using a basket, so you put your slides inside a basket, in this case an optimized basket, and through immersion it creates a resistant and thin layer on the slides. It's also hydro-repellent and resistant to UV, optically neutral, and it's also transparent. Transparency is really important, so we perform a spectral transmittance analysis on the three situations, so Crystallo, glass, and tape. And as you can see from these graphics, the transmittance in all the situation is basically the same. So we observe 90% of transmittance in the visible spectrum, 400, 700 nanometers. So we can claim that Crystallo has the same transmittance as of glass and tape. Now let's see how it works. The protocol is the same manual or automatic use on Giotto Steiner. Here I reported, you will see in a minute, an accelerated video. This is the inside of the Giotto Steiner. The important thing to mention is that if you want to apply Crystallo in automation, you need to have space for three tanks, one for Crystallo number 1, then an empty tank for the dripping part, and then another tank for the second Crystallo, and then the out tank where we will place a cylindrical absorbent pad to remove all the Crystallo excess. Now let's see the video. The first step is an immersion in Crystallo number 1 minute. Then the rack will be moved to the empty tank for dripping, 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, the slide rack will be placed into the Crystallo number 2, the second Crystallo, for 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, be back to the dripping part for 1 minute, and then the exit in the out tank where a pad is in the end for 1 minute. So 3 minutes and 40 seconds to mount 28 slides. Crystallo is really efficient also to mount mega slide. As you can see here in the basket, we can allocate 5 mega slides together also with 11 standard slides. So mega slide can be not only mounted, but also stained on automatic Giotto Steiner. And this is a unique feature of the DIAPATH solution. Now let's consider the Crystallo benefit. Crystallo can be used for manual and automated use on Giotto Steiner. It's efficient to mount H&E slide, immunistochemical, special stain, and mega slide. So we can say that Crystallo is a flexible solution. Crystallo does not contain xylem, so it's safer for the operator and laboratory space. So we can say that Crystallo is the safer choice. No air bubbles under the microscope. It's also very easy to remove. An immersion of 5 minutes in transition reagent is enough to restore the original slide situation. So we can say that Crystallo is an efficient solution. We perform stability test, accelerated stability test. So now we can claim that Crystallo lasts for 10 years, according to the majority of the law, the regulation. So long-term protection. It's also resistant to UV, so we did not observe any yellowing over time. So we can say that Crystallo is a stable solution. Under the microscope, you will experience high contrast, and also it looks like to be the ideal candidate for digital pathology, so optimal microscopical evaluation. Now let's hear some customer feedback opinion. One is coming from Milan, from Professor Claudio Doglioni, Head of Pathology Unit, San Raffaele Hospital. Our experience with Crystallo allows us to say that this new method can be reliably introduced in pathology laboratories for coating histological and most cytological slides. Another customer from Augsburg, Germany, Dr. Müller, the morphology under the microscope appears much clearer and the colors looks much more brilliant compared to glass. From a technician point of view, Frau Hagener, the same laboratory, Augsburg, no more tiny glass pieces in my fingers and no air bubble anymore. Another technical feedback from a lab manager, Dottoressa Carla Barbalini, Crystallo and Giotto, the real automation in staining, because it's a non-stop from staining to mounting in one single unit. So at the end, we can come to the summary and say that Crystallo is innovation, is the innovative liquid cover slipping technology developed by DIAPATH. Crystallo is the answer. We find out at least 12 good reasons to choose this new approach to solve current problems. And Crystallo is also the future, is the first generation of an innovative solution, and it looks like also to be the ideal candidate for digital pathology. If you are interested in know more about Crystallo, book your virtual demo visiting our website, diapath.com, virtual demo experience. And then for any further question, please contact Sanova at medicalsystem@sanova.it. So thank you so much for your attention, and we are really looking forward to meet you very, very soon. Thank you. Bye.